akan so kita akan present so kita akan sambung lecture kita yang lepas. So okay, today we will talk about motion. So okay, boleh nampak saya punya slide?
Boleh.
Okay, so talking about motion. So motion ni adalah pergerakan. So okay, motion is pergerakan. I mean like it's actually is kata sorry. So motion is pergerakan. So there's many type of motion. So there is a sorry. So there's many type of motion. So actually it's just around actually around us. So like you when you move, you need the motion, right? When you anything you want to do anything, actually you need a motion. So like this the most important, the basic in our life. So we need motion. So okay. So we go to the content for this lecture. So content for this lecture, we have first we learn about what is motion. So that's the most basic one. Kita kena belajar apa itu pergerakan. Then we are gonna learn about speed, iaitu kelajuan. So kelajuan dia bukan kecepatan, so which is different. And then we gonna learn about velocity. So and then we're gonna learn about acceleration. And then we're gonna learn about inertia. Last we're gonna learn about momentum. So this is the most basic motion in our life actually. So which is happen in everything. So which is happen, dia jadi dekat semua kita punya basic lah. So which is basic in our life. So first we learn about what is motion. So motion is the change in position. I mean the change in position. So when you have the change in position, anything that changes its position, we call it motion. So that is motion. So anything with respect of time. So when there is a thing that change in motion which respect in time, so that's motion. So without change of time, so the motion cannot happen. So that's mean that something like so this motion must be influenced by the time. So anything that happen in time, so anything that changes position and that is given time, or in time, we call it motion. So anything, not just position actually. So mostly just a position. So so the example of all the state for the state of motion, like sea surfing or anything that moving, anything that move that can move, or anything that moving, so we call it the motion. Everything in universe move. It might be small amount of movement, and very slow, but movement does happen. So anything, actually anything that move, including including that including our atoms, including atoms in our body. So maybe you cannot see that atom move because they like just static, right? But they are moving actually. So like in your table, right? Atom in your table, right? So the table does not move, but the atoms in it move. It's moving actually. So even because it moved very slow, but still moving, including at the electrons, everything. So okay, so we go to the speed. So so what is speed actually? So speed, what is speed? So speed is defined the rate of motion. So this is the rate of motion. So macam dia punya jangka for the motion lah. So which is an object cover distance. So 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 that's mean that this is how we measure the rate of motion. This is how we measure the rate of the motion of the motion. So in speed, so I think you guys familiar with speed, right? So you guys are very, if you guys driving or anything, right? So I think it's just or walking. So you know that this speed, you need the value of speed. I think you guys are very familiar. So speed is very common. So how we measure speed is like you need to have a distance, right? So we have a distance, so S is distance, then we have a time. So this is how we measure speed. So like this one, right? Like this one, like 20 km per hour. So this is distance. So this is time. So that's mean that for 1 hour, that's for example like this car, right? For 1 hour, this car can cover 20 kilometer. So that's why it's mean by speed. So like fast moving object as high speed covers a relatively large distance in short amount of time. So so for the fast object, we call it the fast object, because we have a high speed. We call it the fast object. So this object can cover long distance in short of time. So that's what we call as the fast moving object. So in science or physics, the standard unit of for speed is generally meter per second or meter per or this one, ms. So this one is the mph, right? The mph is the American unit. So they're using the mph. So but for us we use the imperial unit. So which is the meter per second. Okay, now we go to velocity. So velocity is the same with the unit, same with the actually same with direction actually. But the difference is, sorry, not direction, yeah, speed. Velocity is same like speed, so kelajuan. So but the difference is velocity is they have a it has a direction in it. So so for example, right? So speed is still rate of motion, but it must be in the specific of direction. So that's the difference. So that is the difference between speed and velocity. So speed is simply how fast you travel. Speed is just how fast you traveling. But for velocity, you need a specific direction. I mean, like for example, like in here, right? So the car. So for the speed, the car is traveling at speed of 20 meter per second. But for the velocity, is the car traveling at a velocity of 20 meter per second is. So that means is. So this is direction. Still using unit meter per second, but here they put the direction. So same here. So as I mentioned, so velocity is more important because so velocity is more important than speed because it's tell you it's tell it carry more information than speed, because speed just only the value, carry the value, but the velocity uh, uh, the velocity is the it has more information than speed, which is the direction. So always the more you know, the better. So acceleration. And then we go to the acceleration. So 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 we know about the speed, right? We know how the speed or velocity, right? So now we go to the acceleration. So acceleration dalam bahasa Melayu dia adalah pecutan. So pecutan adalah we call it the pertambahan kelajuan. So acceleration or deceleration. So acceleration is defined the rate of which motion change is velocity. Maksudnya macam dia punya rates velocity change lah. In here they use the velocity. There is a velocity. So an object is accelerating if it's changing its velocity. So for example here, when this guy is accelerating, seeing the change of speed here, this change in speed. So it doesn't matter whether you slow, whether you use the velocity increase or the velocity decrease. So here, like the velocity decrease, right, from fast to slow. Here the from slow to fast. So that's a called acceleration, and also not just speeding up or slowing down. So changing the direction also still we consider as the acceleration. So since the velocity is of speed and speed and direction, so there is only two ways or for you to accelerate. So change of speed or change of direction. So so two two ways to accelerate. Whether you change direction or change the speed. So the standard unit is the meter per second. So in physics, the equation for the acceleration is A. So A ni mewakili acceleration. So acceleration macam tadi distance ataupun tadi velocity kita pakai ataupun speed kita pakai S, right? So tapi kalau macam acceleration A equal to what? Daripada halaju awal, halaju akhir tolak dengan uh, halaju halaju awal. So bahagi dengan masa. So sama juga yang tadi. Yang ni halaju awal. Halaju awal. Ini adalah halaju akhir. So that's how we kata kita tolak ni bahagi dengan masa. Masa yang di speed up lah. And then kita dapat acceleration. So that's the acceleration. That's acceleration. So as object fall, they accelerate. So contohnya macam, okay, kalau kita tahu masa kita contohnya acceleration ni macam contohnya dia adalah kita yang buat, betul tak? So macam kereta kan. So yang itu adalah yang man-made punya acceleration. So actually we have kata natural punya acceleration. So contohnya macam contohnya macam contohnya macam bola ni dia akan kita akan contoh kalau kita jatuh kat daripada sini pintu ni kan. So bila dia jatuh kat pintu ni dia punya impact kurang, betul tak? Tapi kalau kita jatuhkan daripada atas kan, impact dia macam lagi tinggi, macam tak logik, betul tak? Patutnya impact dia lagi kurang. Patutnya impact dia macam yang kata sama je dengan yang kita jatuh kat sini, kat pintu ni. Kenapa? Sebabkan graviti bumi. So graviti bumi ni yang mewakili acceleration. So meaning that lagi tinggi dia punya kata, so contohnya kan kat sini kan dia punya laju akhir dia, laju awal dia dengan laju akhir. So tengok kat sini laju dia adalah ikutkan time punya difference kan, kejap je. Tapi kalau macam kat sini laju awal dengan laju akhir, so dia punya time jauh kan. So there is more time to accelerate, and then so you need to know that the impact. So the impact ni bergantung kepada acceleration actually. So the impact is bergantung pada acceleration. So that's kata the acceleration is depend on the earth, or the earth gravity. So earth gravity is 10 meter per second, which means that every 1 second the kata kelajuan dia akan laju dia bertambah 10 meter per second. So this is 10 meter per square, 10 meter per second square. So that means that every 1 second 10 meter per second dia punya perbezaan, dia punya pertambahan. So which is quite scary. So the higher you drop the ball, the greater the velocity will be at impact. So maksudnya kat sini dia lagi tinggi lah dia punya velocity. So then we go to the inertia. So ada soalan ke sekarang ni? Tak ada so okay. Now we learn about inertia. So inertia, what is inertia? So inertia is the resistance. The resistance an object that has to a change in its states of motion. It means that for example like if you are in the car, right? So if you in the car, kalau macam you suddenly brake kan, brake dengan tiba-tiba atau mengejut, badan anda dia akan, badan kamu dia akan your body will be kata dia akan pergi ke depan kan. Dia akan macam ikut the move of your kata previous punya moving kan. So that's we call it as inertia, because you don't want to resist the kata the stop. So dia akan still, dia maksudnya kan kalau macam tak ada apa-apa yang halang, so your body will be moving. So dia akan continue to move kalau tak ada apa-apa yang menghalang. That's why we call it inertia. So inertia is a resistance and object has to change in state of motion. Maksudnya kalau something tu dia akan move kan, dia akan move sentiasa. Tanpa ada apa-apa yang kalau tak ada apa-apa yang stopkan dia. Contohnya macam resistance ke, ataupun macam resistance macam friction ke, contohnya macam anything that stop this object kan. So it will continue to move. So that we call as inertia. So object tends to keep doing on what I doing. So maksudnya dia akan teruskan buat, dia akan terus bergerak apa yang dia orang tengah buat. Then this is a natural tendency of object to resist the change that state of motion. So which is like contohnya dalam if awak dalam kereta tiba-tiba brake mengejut kan, so like your body will be keep moving kan. So that's a kata natural punya fenomena. The amount of inertia of object is dependent on the object mass. The more mass of object, the more inertia it has. So that's mean that if you drive a lorry or if you drive a car, so you compare the kata the impact is different, right? So like if you suddenly if you drive a lorry, right, you suddenly brake and the like the unit kata dia impact dia lagi besar kan, so you stop the impact dia lagi besar lah. So macam dia the force ataupun dia kata so dia lagi susah nak berhenti compared to kata bila awak berkereta and awak stop mengejut. So that the different, so because of the mass of the object. So that's inertia. So like I repeat again, inertia is the resistance, object's resistant to change its motion. So ni dia tak nak stop. So lagi susah, lagi besar satu objek tu, lagi tinggi dia punya mass, lagi susah dia nak berhenti. So dalam dekat bumi kita tak nampak tau dia punya inertia because we have a gravity. Thanks to gravity bumi, kita akan every object yang bergerak dia akan stop juga. Kalau macam dia bergerak dengan laju yang perlahan kan, dia akan stop automatically, dia akan stop thanks to the gravity. But however dekat angkasa lepas ataupun we call it space kan, dia tak ada gravity. We do have gravity out in the outer space, but it's very very small, so does not affect the movement. So contohnya macam astronaut ni kan, kalau dia akan pusing kan, dia akan pusing everything forever. So that's why they have a rope, they have a cable, not rope, they have a cable behind them, right, to stop them from moving. Because they don't have a gravity. So unlike, dia tak macam dekat bumi. Bumi macam kalau kita bergerak kan, kita tak payah pakai tali. Dia akan terus kata dia akan sebab ada gravity yang stop. Tapi kalau dekat angkasa lepas, they don't have dia tak ada something to stop lah. So dia akan kalau dia pusing kan, kalau dia akan atau move kan, dia akan move forever. Sama macam we have an object, if you have pencil, right? If you have pencil in outer space, kalau awak tolak dia, kan, dia akan still moving sampailah tak ada siapa yang stop dia. So that's because of the lack of gravity. So that's the kenapa kata pentingnya gravity. So because it's much easier to move actually for gravity. So kalau kita tak ada gravity dekat bumi, so kita akan macam like it's very difficult to move actually. So sama dekat space. So bukan senang nak macam nak terbang dekat space so because of the gravity, so it's harder for them to move actually. So it's not easy to move in space. So then we go to momentum. So momentum refer to a quantity of motion that object has. The momentum of a body is defined as the product of its mass. So momentum is the symbol of momentum is P. So P equal to m times v. So this is velocity, this is the mass. So we call it momentum. So momentum is the quantity. You need to know that the keyword here is the quantity. So keyword dekat sini adalah quantity. The orang kata quantity bergerakan. So that's a momentum. So contohnya macam, okay, kalau awak move kan, then awak macam nak hentam orang kan, macam kereta awak bawa atau awak nak hentam satu objek kan. So awak bawa dengan keadaan laju, ni ada speed kan, keadaan laju, and then dengan dengan mass awak punya kereta ataupun berat awak punya kereta kan, awak mampu menghentam objek lain kan. Tapi kalau macam awak punya, macam contohnya mass awak macam kurang kan, contohnya awak bawa troli ke kan, so the mass is a very, kata very, kalau awak contohnya macam compare to langgar dinding, kalau macam troli tu langgar dinding, the mass yang kata the mass, the because of the lower, kata the mass is lower than the car, so the kata the impact is kata kata is lower than the car, right? Compared to car macam the impact dia lagi tinggi sebab the mass. Tapi kalau macam awak mass dia rendah tapi velocity dia tinggi, tapi susah kalau awak nak bawa troli velocity tinggi. So jadi kereta je ada velocity yang tinggi. So it possible lah kalau macam awak nak hentam satu dinding kan, with kata velocity tinggi, boleh. Tapi susah kalau buat troli kalau macam velocity tinggi. So that's how you kata imagine macam mana momentum. So momentum ni macam contohnya macam like you macam nak hentam macam dinding. So the impact. So this is the impact of the motion actually. So that they call it momentum. If an object is moving as a mass, then it has a momentum. So anything that move, then ada mass. I think actually everything is this universe ada mass. So if the mass is the object has mass and moving, so that you have a momentum. So if an object does not move, then it has no momentum. So kalau macam contohnya kereta ni macam dia tak move kan, then dia macam zero ms kan. So then there's no momentum. So for example like an elephant has no momentum when it's standing still. Macam dia diri je dia tak ada. Tapi when it's begin to walk, dia ada momentum. Dia ada momentum kat situ. So the faster the elephant walk, the larger the momentum. So lagi tinggi kelajuan dia, lagi tinggi dia punya momentum. So momentum dia adalah, dia punya mass adalah kilogram meter per second. So because this one is kg, this one is m per s. So that's how we get the unit of the momentum. So faham semua? So momentum ni bukannya dia bukan so dia bukan satu, dia benda yang kata baik juga. So we use this momentum in our technology. For example, in kata the rocket launcher, right? So in rocket launcher kita pakai momentum. In the kata macam in the rocket launching kan, kita pakai momentum. So momentum ni, so kita tengok kan yang the impact from this fuel dia akan gunakan untuk launch rocket. So momentum is given to the exhaust gases in one direction. So the rocket must gain momentum in the other direction. So we use momentum daripada fuel ni kan, untuk dia pergi ke, untuk dia launch. So we use the momentum from the fuel. Instead of orang kata kita guna untuk untuk benda lain kan. So we use it in the good things about momentum. Actually good momentum we use everything. Like in our car, actually you use momentum actually. When you move, right, you use momentum or anything. So that's a momentum. Okay. So any question? So ada question tak? Cakap ni.
No, Doctor.
So kalau ada question, okay, I'm gonna explain to you guys about the video assignment. So video assignment, okay, which is title for the video assignment is the science in daily life. So, okay, for example, for the application of science in daily life, contohnya macam vaksin kan. Macam-macam. This is just a contoh. So you guys need to make orang kata create a video so about the application of science in daily life. So for example, like if you gonna make video, for example, like about vaksin, contohnya kan. Vaksin dia ada, contoh dia ada fizik right. Dia ada physics. Dia ada what? Dia ada chemistry. Chemistry dia how you create that vaccine. Kalau macam fizik, how you actually the machine used for the to create the vaccine, and then in bio how the vaccine react in our body. So that's orang kata if you make the video about vaccine, but this one this one just kata just contoh je lah. So just contoh je. So there's many things like in our like contohnya macam sunset ke, so anything in your daily life. So just 3-minute video, so then and then so the video, okay, I will change this so not the this is the, so I will change the submission date, so not the early of week 14 but the end of week 14. So at the end of week 14, so I will change the date. So you need to submit it before the actually before the end of week 14 actually. So like not 14 June actually, it's like I don't know, maybe like at the end of week 14 I will change the date later, so saya akan tukar dia punya date. And then so you guys can use whatever any video software. So for example like video editing software, for example like maybe you guys want to use PowerPoint, I don't know. So any related video, any animation, so animation, so anything software you guys want to use. So nowadays you guys will use a PowerTune, right? So whatever you guys, anything you guys want to use. So it's bergantung pada creativity. So you need to remember just a 3-minute je, 3-minute video. So and then you guys need to upload it to so you guys need to upload it to YouTube. So send the link. Please send the link of the YouTube to me. So you guys need to upload it to YouTube, and then send the link with your group's name to me. Send the link and the group. Send the link, your group's members, the name of your group members, and then I think that's it. The name of your group members, and then your YouTube links. So please upload it to YouTube, So you need to upload. I don't want you guys to, saya tak nak awak upload dekat Google Drive sebab nanti ada problem bila nak buka. So I think YouTube is just an appropriate channel. So any question?
Doktor, berapa ramai untuk satu grup?
Okay, 3 to 4 must be 3 to 4 members, 3 to 4 student, 3 to 4 members, 3-4 orang saja. So boleh 3-4 orang cukup tak? Cukup rasanya 3-4 orang, kalau 3-4 cukup
Cukup.
Okay, so okay, this week saya tak buat quiz sebab saya dah bagi assignment untuk topik yang tadi. So tak ada quiz minggu ni. So just focus on assignment. So 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 any question?
Doktor,
Yeah.
nak tanya kalau dalam video tu kalau tak bercakap tak apa kan ahli kumpulan?
Kalau tak bercakap di kumpulan,
Ke memang video tu kena ahli kumpulan bercakap tentang application sains tu?
kalau boleh bercakap lah. Tapi tak payah tunjuk muka pun tak apa.
Oh, ada audio saja tak
Ada
apalah.
audio je.
Okey,
At least
faham.
cakap
Biasa
lah.
doktor.
Without showing your video lah.
Okey.
So just idea you want to use the video presentation punya software, PowerPoint ke whatever. So
Okey,
any
doktor.
question? Sama. Hmm? Hmm. Kalau boleh tiga-tiga lah. That I see your cooperation lah. So boleh lah. At least masa presentation tu macam you state your name lah. So I know your kata you do your work actually. So anything else? Ada question lagi?
Tak ada doktor.
Yeah. Tak ada. Okay. So kalau tak ada, we'll end my class. So thank you everyone.
Thank you doktor.
Thank you,
Okay.
doktor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, doktor.
Thank you, Doctor. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank